Ranking Ultrakill levels by how much I would want to be in them. No, this isn't anything sexual. So, first off, 0-1. It seems pretty dangerous, you know, glass floors, would not recommend. So, yeah. I don't think it's very livable, to be honest. Especially with all the bottomless pits. I'll give this, B tier. The 0-2 is worse because there are even more grinders and fans and crushers. I mean, it's literally called the meat grinder for a reason. D tier. 0-3 seems a little bit more livable. I mean, sure, there's still plenty of enemies, but there's very few crushers or things that can kill you easily, so I'll give it an A. 0-4 has quite a few spinny MacGuffins and a giant fan at the end. It also seems, I would say it would probably get boring to live in after a while, so C tier. 0-5, excluding the Cerberi, the lava is a major hazard. And also the obstacle course you have to get to the boss arena. I'm gonna give this a D tier. It's really bad. 0S, D tier. I don't want to live in horror and fear constantly. 1-1. Well, you might think that this is all nice and dandy, but everything's fake. And the water's fake also. And there's a bunch of things that want to kill you towards the end parts. I mean, I could technically live within like the 5 rooms that you're given at the beginning before you see any enemies, but it doesn't seem like it's that great of a choice. I'll give it low B tier. 1-2, considering everything is on fire, and there are flamethrower wielding machines, yeah, I'll pass C tier. 1-3, yeah, I don't think I want to live in a castle that's guarded by a scorpion meat thing, and also I don't think I could survive in the entrance room. D tier. 1-4 is quite nice. Everything's still fake, but I feel like if Hank could have survived here for a while, then so can I. P tier. 1S, I don't really want to do puzzles for the rest of my life. C tier. 2-1. Wait, why did you ping? Coming back. There's a condition. If this condition is meant, V2 is back. Shut up. 2-1. I mean, it's pretty high up. I don't want to fall off the edge. There's no guardrails, so yeah, I'm gonna say probably C tier. High C tier, though. 2-2 seems like it could be an actually pretty livable city. I mean, you'd have to take up residence of a dead person, but that's a price I'm willing to pay. Take P tier. 1-3 has actual water, which means that you can survive long term. Only problem is that there are crushers and grinders everywhere, and there are mind flayers. Though that can be considered a good thing depending on how you see it. I'll give this P tier also. 2-4, I'm not a real big fan of subways anyway, and knowing that there's a big guy who's searching the subways, yeah, no thanks. D tier. 2S. 2S is actually the most livable out of literally all of the levels. Your only real concern is humiliation amongst your fellow peers, which is not a real bad thing. So P tier. 3-1. Yeah, I'm not a real big fan into acid or flesh for that matter. C tier. 3-2 is worse because it's just an obstacle course before you get to an angel. D tier. P1. Well, I mean, it's dark, and there's nothing good that comes out of the other side, so yeah, I'm gonna give this D tier. 4-1. I mean, it is a desert, but at least you're not on the sand, and the structures seem habitable enough. A tier. 4-2, you are closer to the sand. You'll have to do a couple of jumps, but I mean, you're overall pretty fine. B tier. 4-3. It's dark, and there are a lot of enemies. Yeah, no. C tier. 4-4. You're inside of a pyramid, facing off against V2. And there's not that much real space. Seems kind of cramped. I'm gonna give this also C tier. 4S, D tier. No, F tier. I will not suffice for living in 4S. 5-1. Now 5-1 might seem habitable until you realize that you're going to drown. Unless you get to the airlocks. But knowing how long the average human is able to hold their breath, I don't see a very high likelihood that I would be able to survive. D tier. 5-2. I mean, there's water in the form of rain and the bodies of the river or lake, whatever, ocean of Styx. Seems kinda habitable. A tier. 5-3. I imagine this is like living on the Titanic before it sank. So, it doesn't seem like it would be that horrible. P tier. 5-4. Same problem as 5-1, except now there's a giant water snake. D tier. 5S. P tier. Because, well, it's amazing. You get to fish, you have a sustainable food source, you have a sustainable water source. It's even more habitable. Actually, no, it's like around the same habitability as 2S. 6-1. I don't really know what to say about 6-1. You're basically trespassing through a evil church, and there's skeletons and corpses everywhere. So I'm gonna give this overall a B on the habitability scale. 6-2. Yeah, there's a bunch of bottomless pits, and also Gabriel. C tier. P2. I mean, maybe if you find your way into one of the windows, you could survive. But other than that, I don't think there's much chance of surviving P2. Yeah, also there's garage doors in P2. Yeah, that's true. If you can open those, I guess you could survive. I guess I'll give that a high C for that. 7-1. Yeah, I don't want to live in constant fear of the mannequins waking. I'll give this a D tier. 7-2 is also D tier because, while I like the level itself, I don't want to live in an active war zone. 7-3. I don't really have any blood to spare, and I don't consider myself that good of a fighter. So, high D tier. 7-4. If I was able to scramble my way up the legs of the Earth Mover, I could potentially find residence inside of one of the buildings. So, I'll give this overall a low B on the scale. It's unlikely, but there is a chance of survival. And, yeah. Comment down below if you think you would be able to survive in some of these circumstances, because I don't have high hopes for myself, and, see you later, I guess.